This week, we celebrated Yom Yerushalayim. In 1967, Yerushalayim fell back into our hands, and for the first time in many years, we were able to go and stand at the Kotel and daven. The building behind me, Ma'ar HaMachpelah, has a similar yet very different story. For many, many thousands of years, this building has been banned from Jews ever entering. There are only 18 keys made for this building, and Jews for over 2,000 years were not even allowed to pray on the steps behind me. So, how did Chevron, how did Ma'arat HaMachpelah, which was purchased by Avraham, fall back into the hands of the Israelis, of the Jewish people? Listen to this amazing story.
שלום ילדים, ברוכים הבאים לשרים ומטיילים בארץ ישראל.
ישראל היא הבית שלי, ישראל החלום שאיתי, ישראל כאן ועכשיו, ישראל, ישראל, ישראל היא הבית שלי, ישראל החלום שאיתי, ישראל כאן ועכשיו, ישראל, ישראל.
Previously on Artzenu. Not sure that we landed at the best time, back from the future. Here we are in 1967, just outside of Yerushalayim, a city that is currently controlled by the Jordanians, but is about to change hands. Let's see what's going on.
ברגע זה אנו עוברים את שער האריות. אנחנו בתוך העיר העתיקה. אנחנו בתוך העיר העתיקה. הר הבית בידינו, כאן תלמיד, הר הבית בידינו.
Following the historic recapture of Yerushalayim and the Ir HaTikah, the plan was for the Israeli army to move on and capture Beit Lechem and Chevron, the place of the burial of our Avot and Imahot. And overnight, the Israeli government decided to change this plan, and instead of going on to get Chevron, they decided to stay and make more space for all the Jewish people to be able to come and daven at the Kotel. One man, however, did not receive this message. Rav Shlomo Goren, the chief rabbi of the Israeli army, went on in the morning to drive to Chevron and try and capture Chevron with the Israeli army. The Chayalim were still in Yerushalayim, hanging flags and making space for all of Bnei Yisrael at the Kotel. Early that morning, Rav Goren got up and hopped into his jeep and drove through the Yehuda v'Shomron area, heading toward Chevron with the hope of reaching Ma'ar HaMachpelah. He assumed that he was behind the army since there was nobody else on the road and the battle must have been in full rage. As he made his way through the villages, he finally found some directions to Ma'ar HaMachpelah and found himself there alone. No other Chayalim, no Israeli army, no backup, just he himself. To his surprise, every single apartment, every dira, every shchuna, every neighborhood were hanging big white flags surrendering their homes to the Israeli army. Rav Goren, who never received the message that Chevron was not going to be captured, single-handedly captured Chevron and Ma'ar HaMachpelah. Ma'ar HaMachpelah, as we know it today, is a very busy place to daven. Yet, for over 2,000 years, Jews were not allowed into Ma'ar HaMachpelah and could only daven from below the steps outside of this holy place. After Rav Goren went up the steps and finally banged down the door, he went in and hung a big, beautiful Israeli flag over the entrance. Shortly after, he radioed for help, and the Israeli army arrived to help make Chevron part of Eretz Yisrael again. Today, we were able to visit Hebron and daven in the holy building of Me'arat HaMachpelah. It is said that this building sits on top of the Sha'ar HaTfilah, the entrance where prayer enters to Hashem's throne room. In this building, we can come and we can daven at the burial place of Avraham and Sarah, Yitzchak and Rivka, and Yaakov and Leah, and of course, Adam and Chava. It is also said that this is the entrance to Gan Eden, to the heavenly garden that Hashem created. It is from here that we connect our tefillot and our spiritual feelings to Hashem. We're out of here.
ארץ זבת חלב, חלב ודבש. ארץ זבת חלב, חלב ודבש. ארץ זבת חלב, חלב ודבש. ארץ זבת חלב, חלב ודבש.